So this is Yvette B, Hair Guru, live from Extensions Hair Studio in Roswell, Georgia. I did a video yesterday and I forgot to shout out my partner, Constanza Pringle, who is my business partner. So I wanted to give a shout out to her. But all of that being said, today I wanted to show y'all a little bit about invisible parts. I've had a couple of people ask me, like, what is an invisible part? I am from California and we don't too much do this out there. This is a technique that I kind of picked up in Atlanta. So to make an invisible part, basically you braid the hair up all the way. You're doing a full head of weave. Some people like to get a net, and some people do it without the net. But you leave a part. This young lady has a net. We cut out this section of the net, and she has a part here. So what we're doing now is we're taking the hair that we're putting on, we're gluing it down track by track. The tracks are very thin. We glue them on top. So you'll see that there's a track here. First, you have to spray it down with spritz. So you spray this whole area down with spritz so that the tracks can hold. They're only going to last for about 2 weeks before they need to be redone. You take the track, you lay the track on top of the last track. And you do this all the way up the part line. Her part is going to kind of go sideways. So you do this all the way up the part line up until you get to a satisfactory amount of parting. You do it on both sides of the part. So I'll do a little piece on the other side too, just so that you can see kind of how it comes together at first. So this has already been sprayed with spritz. And we come in and we measure it out. And we cut what we measured. Cut the piece that we measured. And then we're going to put some glue on it. And then we go over here to where we're starting the part at, and we glue it down. And that's going to be your first piece of part. Oops. Okay. Glue that piece down. That one is kind of not the cutest, but nevertheless, it works. So we measure the next piece. It's going to go on top of that. And then we're going to cut this piece. And glue this piece. And you kind of just go on and on like that up until you get to the closure. So that's what we're working towards. We're working towards closing this up. So this is something, it's a technique that, like I said, the young ladies in the A tend to like. So it was new to me when I came here. But it is a good way to create a part in someone's hair that looks natural. Without them leaving any hair out. So you just kind of work that until you get up to a space. Okay, so now that we have gotten a lot of this part kind of done, what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to do a little bit of cleaning up of the part. So you kind of comb it to the side. See where you have it, place it, remove excess glue. I always take the end of a rat tail comb and kind of go in and just, push the glue out of the way and over to the side where it's supposed to be. Get it out the part because you want the part to look extra clean and like it's the part of your hair. So you go in and you kind of mush the glue out of the way, and then you're going to comb the hair down and over the part because you really want it to look like a real part in the hair. So I always kind of just open it up a little bit, take the comb and kind of comb the hair over. And so once we got that going, I generally will take a curling iron, heat it up a little bit, and then I'm going to spray a little spritz. Take a little. You really want to use shine, but I'll take a little, that much oil sheen. Oil sheen is not really what you want to use because oil sheen will loosen up the tracks, and the tracks are put in with glue. So you really don't want to use anything that's going to promote your track lifting up. So then I just take this and kind of lay down the part so that it lays really flat. You know, clean as you're going. What's going to happen with that is, like, once we get done and we put the shine on that, you won't even be able to see all the where the glue was and all that. The main objective is to get this part opened up and clear looking. So we're opening it up and making it look clear, and then you take that heat and you just kind of seal it down without, you know, burning your client, because you want to make sure you're not burning your client up. So while that's marinating over there, then I'm going to get into putting the closure on, because in order to finish this look up, you can't just leave it open like this. So you have to take some tracks and you have to close up the hair. So this is what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to be creating a closure that I'm going to sew on. So I start over the top, and you're going to sew in a circle to make the closure. So you just go in and sew. And you make it in a good tight circle. Like, you don't want a whole bunch of space in your circle. Like some of these closures, especially when they're not, you know, when you do them, you can do them by hand, or you can go into the beauty supply, you can just buy a closure. But if you're not buying it, you have to make sure that you do a good, tight job of closing up the closure. Because you don't want it looking like you don't want it looking like a hat sitting on top of the person's head. So I'm going to go through and sew in this circle. So people always ask, why do people like to do invisible parts and all that? Again, it's for people who don't really want any of their hair out, but they want their part to look more on the natural side when they have their hair done. So it's for those people. Sometimes it's for people who don't have very much hair on the hairline and, you know, in a specific area. So sometimes they just go in and create a part where there's no hair. I recommend doing it every once in a while. You know, invisible parts can be damaging sometimes if you do it too much, because it's glued directly onto the hair. So you have to make sure that you have a protective layer. For this particular one, because she won't be wearing this forever, we just use the spritz. And but they do have protective solutions that you can put on top of the person's scalp to kind of keep them from getting damaged by glue. So now we just closing this thing up, and that's a process too. So we're getting to the tail end of this closure that I'm doing right now. Getting to the good part. Well, she about to walk out the door and be all cute and slinging her hair everywhere and thinking she, you know, Beyonce with black hair. So I'm just closing it up right now. Y'all getting my little secrets, honey. Don't tell the world. Okay. So now I'm getting to the very last drop. All right, and we have closed it up. So once I get to this last little pull, we're going to seal that up. Boom. Cut this off. And little pieces that are sticking up. Cut them, cut them, cut them. And I'm going to finish this up and I'm going to show you guys what the finished product looks like when I'm done. But the main objective is for you to see this right here. That we have taken the closure and we made it so that it hangs over the part. So that's what you want to be able to see. You want to be able to see that we've made this part in here. And now the closure is hanging over the part. And then I'm going to seal up the closure to make it look as natural as it possibly can look. So see me in just a few seconds and you will get to see the finished product. Okay. All right, so now we have the finished product. This is an invisible part, and that is what it looks like. It gives you the parted look with the closure without having to leave any of your hair out. So if you have any comments, questions, observations, anything you want to say, please feel free to do so on YouTube, Yvette B Hair Guru. And also we have a Facebook page, Extensions Hair Studio, a Twitter at Extensions Hair S, and a Pinterest at Yvette B, EHS. So check us out. We will talk to you soon. Peace.